Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 now today. Got some more Guild War for you guys. And of course, before we begin, the joke of the day. Don't worry about your phone or computer spying on you. Your vacuum cleaner has been gathering dirt on you for years. Oh man, that's pretty good actually. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into our first match. So, all three of the main towers have actually been taken down. My guild's been doing pretty good lately with cleaning up these main towers, which means Stronghold is open and we do get to fight them. Now, this gives me the flexibility to kind of pick some interesting team comps to go against. I chose this guy's team because this Landy is going to be extremely challenging to fight, just because the fact is coupled with the Charon and an opener, which is Sea Lilius. So I can't really speed contest units, I don't know how fast the Sea Lilius is, and this Landy is going to be quite annoying. So we're going to try and deal with her, but let's get to that shortly. A Ravi, Aiden, and Politis in the top team. I'm actually going to bring in my Pilus here. So I switched her over to a random, I have this laying around, it's really bad. Don't put something like this on her. But I switched her over to an HP boot so that she can tank this Aiden, and she's also just going to act as damage mitigation for the team. A Ravi is on the other side. Instead of bringing in Doris, because there's a Politis on the other side, I'm bringing in my Sylvan Sage Vivian. She should do pretty well as a damage dealer and as a light bait for this A Ravi. Next up we have Karina, so bringing her in with her Rocket Punch Gauntlet, she should be pretty good into this Aiden, and of course dealing with this Politis. I don't really see any issues here. We can probably defense break the A Ravi later on, and then Sylvan Sage can clean up. For the bottom team, we got Sea Lilius, Emma, Landy, and Charon. So as I mentioned earlier, this Landy is going to be a little bit tricky, but Zahak and Emil Kawazu, I think, are going to be the solution to my problem. Emil Kawazu's dark, so he's going to be taking all of the debuffs from Sea Lilius, namely her S2 Provoke. My Zahak over here will be able to cleanse that off of the Kawazu and give him an attack buff, which is going to be quite nice. And then we can use him to kind of delete this Landy later on. We're going to use Bihu to put Unbuffable on everybody, and it's going to be important because we want to make sure that Zahak can S3 into the Charon. His Immortality won't be able to proc here because of the Unbuffable, and then we'll finish him off with something like a Kawazu afterwards. So that is the plan, and then hopefully that Landy can proc an AoE or something of the sort so that we can use Kawazu and just delete her. If not, we'll just YOLO an S3 into her and see what happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this, see how it goes. Bihu's also pretty good against Landy, just because the fact that he can strip all of the anti-crit buffs off the units at the start, and burns don't really rely on any crit, so you can actually attack her pretty comfortably too. Alright, so this Aiden over here, I don't know if I want to proc her right now. Politis just went, and everyone's on immunity that needs immunity. I think what I'll do is just chip down this Politis. She also seems to be quite bulky, so it's a pretty good thing that I brought in Karina and some tankier units. Look at that, Sylvan Sage Vivian tanking that S3 really well, and now Pilot's going to be taking the hit here. Okay, good. We do survive. We're going to proc with our Karina. Politis is going to go. That's okay. Okay, the speed buff gets taken off of our Sylvan Sage, which is a little sad, but I think we'll be alright. Let's go ahead and hit this Aiden. Ooh, actually, we landed the hit! That's actually huge! Alright, defense buff on everybody is pretty good too. I think what I'll do is just go straight for this Aiden. There we go, finish her off right there. I actually hit that too, quite surprisingly. Not planned, but hey, I'll take it. Even if she did counter, Pilus would have been able to negate a ton of that damage with her specially changed tree. So we're in a pretty decent spot right now. I think what I'll do, because I have a defense buff, and Sylvan Sage should be going relatively soon. This A Ravi might be able to lap us, because we're hitting her here. But this S3, I just want defense break, very good. And so now Sylvan Sage can go ahead and delete this A Ravi. With an S1, there we go, pretty good damage there, and now Karina can just finish off that Politis. Very, very nice. Yeah, that switch over to the HP boot definitely helped out quite a bit. I basically just lost all my speed and exchanged it for HP, but worth it if you're just tanking. It's just one piece that you have to change. Alright, so Sea Lily is going to go for the Kawazu. Now we get to go with our Bihu. It's okay that we have the attack down. All we're doing is really turn cycling the team, and we are putting Unbuffable on the opponent. See, there we go. Right, that Unbuffable is huge. So now what I'll do is I'll cleanse the Kawazu, and I'll go straight for the Keiron. This should bring the Keiron down to 1 health, and we have no chance of missing because of Zahak's S3. Ooh, that's actually beautiful! Look at that! Okay, so Kawazu gets to heal. Here's the thing, I still need to kill the Keiron here, but now that I have Vigor, I'm essentially guaranteed on my next turn to absolutely decimate this Landy. So I think what I'll do is, I'm not going to risk Bihu dying here. I'm going to go ahead and pop the burns onto the Sea Lilius. There we go. There we go. Dual attacking the Kawazu, that is fine. She's going to hit the Kawazu. He's kind of a bait here for the Landy, right? What I'll do, since I'm blind, is I'll just go for the Sea Lilius. Okay, we did get a hit there, and now it's time to rip ML Kawazu's S3. The thing is, I am on Gators, Indestructible Gators, so I could have a chance to land another burn. Very nice, did get another burn there, and down she goes. Bihu also makes it so that the burns that I inflict actually do more damage. And Kawazu's going to be fairly tanky, so he's not going to go down very easily, as you saw there. Tanking double Landy S1s, eating a ton of damage and still surviving. There you go, Emma Landy down, and I think we worked out a pretty decent solution here. Burns actually work quite well on her. So jumping into our second match over here, actually going to go into the back of this. Tucked away in the corner, we have a pretty cool team to go up against this bottom one right here, right? For the top one, though, we got some RGB action going to cover potential RGB units that are used on my end. Karina and Rimuru is actually not too bad, I would say. I had to take some time to think about how I'm going to approach this team, but I ended up with settling on Rylet as my DPS unit. So Rylet here on Lifesteal and Pen Set, he is going to be able to potentially nuke down this Rimuru, as long as it's not a 20k HP tank build, but if it is a tank build, then I'm not too worried overall. I actually did re-gear my Crow during the free on equip, so this is currently his stat line. Let's self-imprint him here. So 28k health, 1550 defense, and 170 speed. But the reason why speed is a bit lower is because he is actually on Revenge set and not Speed set. He does actually have quite a bit of effect resistance too. 130 is actually really nice. I did want to get him up to that threshold at minimum. We got Aureus for damage dealing, or sorry, damage mitigation, and we have an S1 provoke that I should probably actually not use here because of the Ed, but we could change it. Let's change it. Let's change it to the do we want a speed buff or do we want this? I don't know. I think let's go for the decreased cooldown on his S3. I think we'll be able to use it with this Rimuru, right? And then last but not least, we have my Destina. She's on Team Imprint right now, giving Rylet and Crow a bit more health because there's no real debuffs coming out from the other side that can debuff my Destina as she is. And you know, typical revive and healing and CR pushing, all the good stuff. The other team down here, A Ravi, Landy, and this Luluka, I'm going to bring in my Magic Scholar Doris. Now, Doris is going to be fantastic for being the light bait for this A Ravi. It's going to be attacking into her, and we can survive all those shenanigans. ML Kawazu and Bihu again here for my opponent's Landy. He's going to be gunning for her. Now, here's the thing. Bihu will be able to use his non-attack skill at the beginning of the match, and it will cause Luluka to jump up and use her S3. Her S3 will then give her full focus. She'll AoE into the Kawazu. Kawazu will get to push up, and we should be able to take the turn and nuke this Landy. Now, I think what I'll do here is switch him off of the Gators. I don't think I need Gators to kill Landy. This time around, I think it's safer because I'm not relying on Zahak's healing, or cleansing with his S2. I can go for the Sphere Purification so that I can try to cut, right? I think we'll be good, so let's jump into it, see how it goes. Usually I have him on Sphere Purification for RTA, But for Guild Wars, you want to kind of be mindful of your speed tuning. You don't want him to cut in front of your Zahhak, not get cleansed or not get the attack buff, and then be in a little bit of trouble. What I'll do here is I'm gonna S to the Rylet, I think. Or no, you know what? No. Destina has a buff right now. Let's go ahead and just S1 the Rimuru. Watch this. S1 the Rimuru, it'll proc the Rimuru. If I pushed up the Rylet would have been hitting the Rimuru, right? It seems like he's fairly tanky, 16k health. The main thing is if I don't kill him, he'll steal the evasion buff, and I don't want to fight everything on the other team with evasion buffs. So, and he'll always go into Destina because of his elemental advantage. He's actually a pretty decent earth bait unit into something like Ed. And now with my Rylet, this Rimuru doesn't really have anything he can do, so I'm going to go ahead and S3 into him here. He's already popped all his skills. He is on Proof of Valor, so look at that. Might not be able to kill here, but that should be okay. Oh, actually, look at that. So close. I don't think I'm too worried about this Rimuru overall, though. So what I'll do is I'll go for an S3 onto the Karina. Even if it doesn't kill, it's fine, because this cooldown is very low now because of this EE. So let's go ahead and rip it into the Karina. Here we go. Oh, almost took her out. If she didn't have that barrier, we would have had it. Alright, not too bad so far. Let me go ahead and heal up the Destina. We'll turn cycle her. The crowd should not be going down here. There we go. The Guardian Ice Crystal's helping out a little bit. Revenge Set actually gives me more speed the lower I get in health, so I will actually be able to keep up now that he's lower on health here. Get rid of that Karina, let's get rid of the Rimuru, and now it is basically just Ed versus the world, and Krau should be able to get his S3 back up pretty soon. Let's go ahead and S1. If we can provoke him, that'd be great. No provoke. Alright, can we blind him? That would also be great. Nope, no blind. Typical Ed experience, right? Typical Ed. I'm gonna go ahead and push up the Destina. Actually, I probably should have pushed up the Rylet to ensure that I don't heal up the crowd too much if I want to force with him again. But he'll have it in 2 more turns, so still a little bit to go. Alright, there we go. He actually countered. He's going to S3. This ignores damage share, so it is a little dangerous with Destina here. But she's built fairly tanky, so I'm not too worried. Go ahead and S1. Alright. Ooh, he's a counter Ed. Well, that definitely bit him there because he gave me the 5th focus bar. Counter Ed, very interesting. I've seen lifesteal, I've seen injury. Haven't really seen counter. That's strange. Well, alright then. Alright, let's go ahead and see what happens here. I'm gonna love this interaction. Play the animation, let's go. Bihu gonna be popping his S3. I'm gonna have that Luluka go. She's gonna cleanse the unbuffable. It doesn't really matter. The key thing here is that I actually took off the anti-crit buff off the A Ravi, and Bihu's good for that. Now, obviously, none of my units here really utilize crit to its fullest extent, but the premise still stands, right? If you have a unit that you want to use to crit into the Ravi afterwards, then it's pretty, oh, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, then it's pretty good to have. So let me go ahead and just defense buff here. No reason not to. Luluka's already procced, and let's just go after this this A Ravi, because if Luluka stays alive and she gets to go, oh no, it's a counter A Ravi. That's actually pretty bad for me. If this Luluka's alive, she'll be able to keep proccing the Emo Kawazu, which means we get more vigor, and we should be able to deal. We should just be able to one-shot her later on. But let's keep stacking the burns onto this A Ravi. Can we get... Nice, we got the enhanced animation. We get some more burns. Ooh. Beautiful, beautiful burns there. Alright, let's see if we can blind this A Ravi. It'd be great. There we go. I'm not gonna soul burn. Ooh, actually, that I accidentally double-clicked. Yeah, should have gone for the A Ravi, not for the Luluka. But that's okay. Should be alright here. Let's keep blinding her so that she will hopefully miss. Nope, did not get blinded. Alright, let's go for... do we go for this? Ooh, she has her S3 ready. I think I might just hold on to it. We'll use Bihu afterwards, right? Let's go ahead and just keep burning this A-Ravi. This Luluka will be able to go. Kawazu will be able to proc here, I believe. And I think we can probably just delete the A-Ravi altogether in one shot. Maybe we do go for that. So here we go, Kawazu, gonna cleanse off, gets that vigor buff, and let's just delete this A-Ravi here. Bihu, again, enhancing the burn damage that comes out of this. Oh, that counter gonna heal up. Oh, almost there, almost. Let's go ahead and do this. And now what I'll do is I'll go for Bihu's Soul Burn, so that we can detonate the burns on this Ravi here. Oh, actually, we didn't need that. That's alright. Okay, let's see. Let's go for a... Ooh, Kawazu actually has it again. That's good. Let's go for an S3. Let's just force this Luluka to use her skills. Right, because... Oh wait, no, hang on. her skill's on cooldown. I was like, wait a minute, why did she gain focus? Her skill's on cooldown. Okay, that's fine. We'll just push her up, we'll turn cycle her, we'll help her out here. Kawazu needs another turn anyway to get his S3 back up, and then we can delete this Luluka. So yeah, this team is kind of safe into things like Landy, so if you run into Landy in Arena, Kawazu is actually a really reliable way of dealing with her. So you have to build him bulky though. If he's really squishy, then he'll get one shot by a lot of things. Alright, but here we go. Luluka's gonna go, Kawazu's gonna get hit, we're gonna proc our vigor buff again, and away goes the Luluka. There you go, get that S3 damage in, boom 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 boom, and gone. It's so satisfying. Detonating burns in this game is one of the most satisfying things. Brings me back to when I used Carrot for almost everything back in the day. Well, last but not least, we have our stronghold here. Gonna be going up against this tower, and it looks like my guild is doing alright. We only got a couple hits in, but not too shabby overall. Let's see how this plays out, because the stronghold's looking a bit iffy. We got Zio, Aiden, and Kayron. I'm assuming it's gonna be a counter Kayron build. I don't know if it's a super fast or a standard, like, lifesteal Aiden or something that's slower, but I do know that the Zio's probably gonna be hitting pretty hard, and I need to control who he hits. So we're going to be bringing our Yolha in, because I need Crow actually for a different fight. I have her on Holy Sacrifice to help out with just potentially dying. With Zio, Aiden, and Kayron here, yeah, she could just straight up die. Yolha's pretty good against Aiden. We can go ahead and just S3 into her and probably delete her. If we aren't able to do that, because our Yolha is a little slower, I do have Bryceria here. So Bryceria is going to be on Guiding Light. I put her on my plus 31, and I'm going to be bringing in Spectre Tenebria to help out. The reason bringing Spectre Tenebria is because she has a book which can help Bryceria with a soul burn, and she is also permanently stealth. So the only viable target for the Zio here is going to be the Yolha, right? And she'll be protecting the rest of the team. So next we have down here Sea Lilias, Meru, and Rimuru. It's a very common defense that you probably see. I'm going to try something a little different into this team. So I'm going to take in my Crow, and he's going to soak up that hit from this Rimuru's S3, and hopefully be able to live. We're going to bring in our Cowrick. So ML Cowrick here, actually should put him on an artifact. That would probably help a lot. Need that Warhorn back from my Banshee Vivian. So ML Cowrick is there to help kind of redirect this provoke from the Sea Lilias, and then we'll be bringing in our Bihu. So Bihu's going to be here to deal damage and, most importantly, put the unbuffable up on this Rimuru. Now, unfortunately, we can't put the unbuffable up before the Sea Lilias gets a vigor buff, so that's unfortunate, unless, of course, it's a slower Sea Lilias, but we'll see. Bihu at 280 speed normally does not outspeed a Sea Lilias, unless it's some sort of weird, cheesy Sea Lilias or some sort of a tankier, higher resist build, right? Okay, so Yolha, wow, taking a lot of damage there. Yeah, Guiding Lights means that we could potentially still miss on this Aiden. There's a 20% chance. If we miss, then I guess Smilegate just decided to say screw you and give us the big old middle finger. Well, there we go. We do hit the Aiden. Very nice. Got that unbuffable on both the Aiden and the Kayron, which means that this S3 won't actually be able to do much in terms of protecting the team. There we go. Aiden actually deletes herself. Pretty good, pretty good. Aiden deletes herself there, so I am gonna go for an S3 on this Keiron. And that should basically seal the deal here. Now I do have to hit him one more time. So Zio is the only one that's left. Gil has a 3-turn barrier, so I think we're good. There we go. He can't attack buff because the unbuffable, so he won't be dealing that much damage. Still a bunch, but that reflect damage also helping out quite a bit. So there you guys have it. Bryceria dealing most of the damage there. Spectre really just helping out with the souls and for hitting Keiron down to proc his passive. Okay, so C. Lilius goes. He's going to push back Calric. But that is perfectly fine. We don't really need all that much from him right now. Let's go for Bihu's S3. Let's get that unbuffable going. There we go. Very nice on everybody, actually. That's pretty good. Let us go for an S1 onto the Meru? Meru or Rimuru? Meru can't buff, which is great. But I don't wanna do the S2. Actually, no, let's do the S2 here. Because we're gonna get the buff. Oh, that's a counterattack. I want to have that attack down though on my opponent's side. I'm not gonna go for the S2 because then Rimuru can steal it. But now that I have the barrier, it means that Rimuru will be able to attack me here. Let's go ahead and provoke so that she does an S3, or she can magic for friends. That's also fine. Alright, so she's not dealing that much damage, which is pretty good. She did resist the S1, the provoke. It's either that or I didn't land it. But my Crow is still on his S3 EE. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's... Oh, Crow! Gonna be going down here! Uh-oh. That's really not good, actually. Because I needed him for his horse. So that might have not been the play. Ooh, this Rimuru hits hard as well. Alright, let's go ahead and S3 so we can turn cycle our ML Calric. Not looking good right now, not looking good. Bihu, let's go ahead and try to delete this Rimuru. Okay, got the 2 burns, very nice. Let's go ahead and give him a little poke. He goes down. So now it's just Meru. She is still attacked down, but look at this. Gonna be dealing so much damage. Oh my god, it is awful. Alright, let's go ahead and finish her off. Boom. Or not boom, I guess. Not yet, at least. I gotta go for an S2 here, and I think I'll just use it to finish off the Meru. Because otherwise, C. Lilia's gonna dual attack. She's still gonna provoke here, though. But that is fine. Let's see if we can... I think I have to do this. I have to go for an S3, right? Gonna have to do this turn cycle, push up the Calric, that's okay. We're gonna get rid of that defense buff. Ooh, that dual attack hurts quite a bit. Okay, so can Bihu do this? Oh, she's gonna counter! Uh-oh. See Lilius? Oh no! Meru's not gonna take the turn to be able to detonate those burns. I think we're dead. Oh wait! Wait a minute! Hang on just a second. No, I think we're still dead. That is so unfortunate! Oh, everything that could go wrong went wrong there. Oh, Crow. He didn't have enough health. Alright, but you know what? We do get an S2. Can we actually DPS down the C. Lilius? I don't know. Can she break the barrier? She can't. So we do get a couple turns. I probably should have soul-burned his S3. Okay, let's go for this hit here. And I think I should have my S3 back. Not 100% sure here, but let's see. She's going to go for the provoke. That's okay. Don't lap us here. Alright, we are going to go for... I think I have to go for an S2 here. Yeah, I think I have to go for an S2. Let's keep ourselves alive with the barrier. And then we get to soul burn our S3. So we can turn cycle. This is going to be quite the doozy, huh? She's going to lose her barrier. I'm going to lose mine after this one, though. Actually, she does not lose her barrier. That's unfortunate. Alright, we get our S2 back up. This is... Oh boy. This C. Lilius with that music box. I don't think... While I'm holding my own, I don't think I can actually kill her. So that's the unfortunate part. Probably going to have to end up conceding. Alright, you know what? I tried to play it out there, but it ended up in failure. The Sea Lilius definitely is on some form of resist build, and because she's on Nostalgic Music Box, she does get that continuous heal buff over time that does apply randomly, and I can't land enough hits to bypass that amount of healing. So unfortunately, the last one here ended up in a defeat, but that's quite alright. With that being said though, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more Epic 7 content. And until next time, take care.